That's right. Thinning thighs, softer calves, unstable balance. They're not just a part of normal aging. According to the National Institutes of Health, 1 in 3 adults over 65 is already losing muscle rapidly due to sarcopenia, the silent condition that robs you of lower body strength. But here's what hardly anyone talks about. Some fruits, yes, healthy-looking, everyday fruits, can actually speed up muscle loss. Why? Because they spike blood sugar, disrupt collagen, and trigger chronic inflammation. Together, these 3 factors quietly sabotage your leg's strength, mobility, and even your balance. One of these fruits, commonly found in many fridges, has been linked to a 280% increase in fall risk. In this video, we're ranking the 7 worst fruits for aging legs, starting from mildly concerning to shockingly destructive. And fruit number 3? It's been connected to calcium leaching and muscle exhaustion that triples in intensity after age 60. Everything here is backed by published science. Every claim, every stat, every suggestion. Sources are linked in the description. But first, we want to hear from you. What fruit do you eat most often these days? Type it in the comments below, and we'll personally reply with expert tips on whether it's helping or hurting your strength. We're reading every comment. Now, are you ready to find out what's really weakening your legs? Let's begin. Fruit 7, watermelon. Watermelon might seem like the perfect summer snack. Light, hydrating, and refreshing. But if you're over 60, that juicy slice could be doing more harm than good to your legs and joints. Here's why. Watermelon has a sky-high glycemic index, GI, of 80. That means it hits your bloodstream faster than white bread, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar and a crash soon after. For older adults whose insulin response has already slowed down, this roller coaster can leave muscles starved for steady energy, especially in the legs, where strength and balance are already under pressure with age. Watermelon is also lacking in muscle-supportive nutrients. It's low in protein, magnesium, and calcium, 3 essentials for maintaining muscle tone, supporting nerve function, and reducing cramps. What it does have is a high dose of fructose, a type of sugar that must be processed by the liver. And for seniors with even mild fatty liver, a common but often undiagnosed condition, excess fructose fuels inflammation and insulin resistance, both of which make it harder for muscles to recover and stay strong. A 2019 study published in the journal Nutrients followed over 1,000 older adults and found that those with the highest intake of fructose-rich, low-nutrient fruits, like watermelon, had slower walking speed and weaker grip strength over just 6 weeks. This isn't just about energy. It's about independence. That doesn't mean you need to give up watermelon forever. It just means being smart about how and when you eat it. Never eat it on an empty stomach. Instead, pair a few small cubes with a protein or healthy fat, like plain Greek yogurt or a handful of almonds. This combination helps slow sugar absorption and provides nutrients your muscles actually need. Bottom line, if you're dealing with leg fatigue, swelling, or feel like you've lost a step, watermelon may not be the innocent treat it seems. It's not about banning fruit. It's about making every bite work for you, not against you. And when it comes to strong, stable legs after 60, small changes like this can add up in a big way. Fruit 6, fruit juices. They might say 100% natural or no sugar added, but fruit juices, yes, even the fresh squeezed ones, are silently working against your leg strength after 60. The problem isn't just the sugar, it's how your body absorbs it. When fruit is juiced, the fiber is stripped away. That fiber isn't just filler. It's the natural barrier that slows sugar absorption into your bloodstream. Without it, even the natural sugar in fruit becomes a fast-acting glucose bomb. Your blood sugar spikes, your insulin surges to catch up, and your muscles, especially in your legs, pay the price. A landmark 2021 study in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism followed adults over 65 who regularly drank fruit juice. The results? A 22% higher risk of insulin resistance and a 21% faster rate of muscle loss in the thighs, compared to seniors who ate whole fruits instead. That's not just a statistic. That's your ability to climb stairs, keep your balance, and avoid falls slowly slipping away. But it doesn't stop at muscle loss. Excess glucose floating in the bloodstream creates oxidative stress and triggers inflammation in the motor nerves. Those are the nerves that fire your legs into motion. This low-grade, persistent inflammation weakens nerve function over time, making movement less coordinated and recovery slower. Even juices labeled cold-pressed, organic, or fresh deliver the same spike. Your stomach doesn't recognize liquid sugar as filling, so you end up drinking more than you would ever eat without feeling satisfied. Here's the fix. Swap juice for the real thing. Eat the whole fruit, skin and all when possible. The fiber slows sugar absorption, and the chewing process gives your body time to register fullness. Pair fruits with healthy fats like a handful of almonds, chia seeds, or Greek yogurt. This combo not only slows digestion, but gives your muscles the sustained energy they need to move and recover. Bottom line, juice might feel healthy, but for aging legs, it's a fast track to weakness. Reclaim control with every bite, not every sip. Your muscles will thank you. Fruit number 5, canned fruit in syrup. It might look like peaches, pears, or a fruit cocktail, but what's inside that isn't doing your legs any favors. Canned fruits in syrup, especially those packed in high fructose corn syrup, are one of the most harmful fruit choices for seniors trying to protect their joint and muscle strength. The danger lies in the syrup. High fructose corn syrup doesn't just spike your blood sugar. It actively breaks down collagen and weakens the cartilage that cushions your knees, hips, and ankles. As collagen degrades, the connective tissues that support smooth, stable movement become thinner, stiffer, and more fragile. A 2020 study published in Nutrients tracked older adults who consumed canned fruits at least twice per week. The findings? A 38% higher risk of mobility limitations, specifically in walking speed, balance, and lower body endurance. This wasn't a short-term effect. Over time, repeated exposure to sugar-laden canned fruit compounds the damage, speeding up cartilage wear and slowing down muscle repair. And it's not just what's in the can that causes problems. It's what's missing. Most canned fruits are peeled, boiled, and soaked, which destroys vitamin C, potassium, and folate, 3 nutrients essential for maintaining collagen integrity, coordinating muscle movement, and reducing cramping or swelling. The result? Your joints get weaker, your stride shortens, and your risk of falling quietly rises. What's the fix? Go fresh or frozen. No syrup, no added sugar. Look for no sugar added or packed in water on the label. If you're reaching for a shelf-stable option, read the ingredients list carefully. If it says in syrup, skip it. Frozen fruit is a fantastic alternative. It's often picked at peak ripeness and flash frozen, preserving nutrients without added sugar. Toss frozen berries into smoothies or add thawed fruit to Greek yogurt for a nutrient-dense, leg-friendly snack. Don't let a can full of sugar pretend to be a healthy choice. After 60, your legs need more than sweetness. They need support. And the best way to support them? Ditch the syrup and fuel them with real, whole nourishment. Fruit number 4, raisins. They're tiny, sweet, and often marketed as a healthy snack. But for seniors over 60, raisins could quietly be one of the most destructive foods for leg strength and joint health. Here's the issue. Raisins are dehydrated grapes. In that process, they lose nearly all of their water and fiber, 2 critical factors that normally help slow the absorption of sugar. What's left behind is pure concentrated sugar in a bite-sized form. When you eat a handful of raisins, your body absorbs the sugar almost as fast as it would from candy. This sugar surge doesn't just affect your blood glucose. It accelerates damage to your muscle and connective tissue through a process called glycation. Specifically, it forms advanced glycation end products, AGEs, compounds that bind to collagen proteins and make them stiff, brittle, and inflamed. This results in weaker joints, reduced flexibility, and more pain during everyday movement. In a study published in the Journal of Gerontology, researchers found that older adults with frequent post-meal blood sugar spikes, often caused by high-sugar dried fruits like raisins, had significantly slower walking speed, reduced quadriceps strength, and poorer balance control compared to those with more stable glucose levels. But the damage doesn't stop at sugar. Many store-bought raisins are processed with vegetable oils or sulfites, additives that can trigger gut irritation and systemic inflammation, especially in seniors with digestive sensitivity or autoimmune conditions. This inflammation often spreads to the small muscles that stabilize your knees, hips, and ankles, amplifying weakness and stiffness. So what's the better choice? Swap raisins for fresh apple slices with almond butter or a handful of blueberries. Apples provide natural fiber to slow sugar absorption, and blueberries are rich in antioxidants that fight inflammation rather than fuel it. Raisins might look harmless, but after 60, every food decision matters more. And when it comes to preserving leg strength, skipping these shriveled sugar bombs might be one of the smartest moves you make all week. Fruit number 3, pineapple. It looks like a health food. It's tropical, sweet, juicy, and many believe it's anti-inflammatory. But for seniors over 60, pineapple might be doing more harm than good, especially when it comes to preserving leg strength and mobility. The main issue lies in its extremely high fructose content. Fructose, unlike glucose, doesn't go directly into your bloodstream for energy. Instead, it must first be processed by your liver. And for aging adults, the liver becomes less efficient over time, especially if there's even mild non-alcoholic fatty liver disease, an AFLD, which affects up to 60% of seniors with diabetes or prediabetes. When your liver is overwhelmed with too much fructose, like the amount found in a few slices of ripe pineapple, it starts converting it into fat, not energy. That leads to increased insulin resistance, systemic inflammation, and reduced nutrient delivery to muscles. Over time, these issues translate to shrinking muscle mass, slower recovery, and weaker legs. In fact, a pivotal study published in Diabetes Care found that older adults with high dietary fructose intake had a 2.5 times greater risk of developing lower body frailty, including slower walking speed, poor balance, and rapid muscle decline. Now, it's true that pineapple contains bromelain, an enzyme that's often promoted for its anti-inflammatory effects. But here's the catch. Bromelain's effects are very mild, and they're largely outweighed by the sheer amount of sugar that pineapple delivers, especially if consumed frequently or in canned or juice form, where sugar levels are even higher. If you enjoy tropical fruits and want a smarter choice, consider papaya. It has lower sugar, higher fiber, and stronger anti-inflammatory benefits, especially for seniors concerned about inflammation and digestion. The bottom line? Pineapple might seem like a healthy indulgence, but for aging muscles and joints, it's a tropical trap. If your legs are already feeling slower, weaker, or more fatigued, that sweet slice of fruit might be part of the problem, not the solution. Choose wisely, because every bite either supports or sabotages your strength. Fruit number 2, overripe mango. Mango may be known as the king of fruits, but when it's overripe, it can quietly become the enemy of leg strength, especially for seniors over 60. Let's start with the numbers. A single cup of sliced ripe mango contains about 45 grams of sugar, more than a can of Coca-Cola. That's a massive sugar load for any body, but for aging bodies with slower glucose metabolism, it's a recipe for rapid inflammation, insulin spikes, and ultimately muscle damage. What makes overripe mango particularly dangerous is its contribution to glycation, a biological process where excess sugar binds to collagen and other proteins, forming advanced glycation end products, AGEs. These AGEs stiffen soft tissues, reduce joint flexibility, and weaken muscle absorption of force, leaving seniors with slower reflexes, more joint discomfort, and a higher risk of falls. A 2021 study published in Frontiers in Endocrinology found that older adults consuming high fructose fruits, like overripe mango, experienced a 32% reduction in lower body muscle density within just a few weeks. The researchers noted a measurable decline in walking speed, balance control, and muscle endurance, all strongly tied to dietary sugar overload. Overripe mango is especially problematic because it digests fast. Its sugars hit the bloodstream in minutes, flooding the system with glucose and fructose, spiking insulin, and triggering a wave of inflammation. Unlike green mangoes, which are higher in fiber and slower to digest, Overripe mango delivers a glycation bomb, soft, sweet, and quietly destructive. So what can you do? First, avoid mango when it becomes overly soft or syrupy. That's when sugar concentration is at its highest. Second, never eat mango alone. Always pair it with blood sugar stabilizers like plain Greek yogurt, chia seeds, or ground flax seeds. These add protein and fat to slow the sugar rush and protect muscle cells. In summary, mango can still have a place in your diet, but timing and pairings matter. If you're working to maintain strength, stability, and active independence after 60, overripe mango isn't a treat, it's a trap. Eat smart, and your legs will thank you. Fruit number 1, ripe bananas. They're soft, convenient, and often promoted as the ideal post-workout snack. But for seniors over 60, ripe bananas may be silently working against your leg strength. Why? Because bananas, especially when fully ripe and spotted, have a high glycemic load, GL. That means they flood the bloodstream with glucose quickly, causing a sharp spike in blood sugar. In older adults, this leads to insulin resistance, making it harder for muscles to absorb the fuel they need. Over time, this contributes to muscle weakening, especially in the thighs and hips, and fat accumulation around the legs, two major risk factors for balance issues and falls. Bananas are also low in magnesium and amino acids, key nutrients your muscles need to contract properly, recover after activity, and maintain elasticity. Without these, your legs are more likely to feel stiff, sore, or slow. A 2019 study published in Frontiers in Endocrinology tracked the diets and leg strength of seniors consuming high GL foods. Researchers found that those with higher glycemic load diets had significantly weaker quadricep strength, reduced balance scores, and slower walking speed. The conclusion: fast-digesting carbs impair leg strength, even when they come from fruit. To be clear, bananas aren't bad. It's how and when you eat them that matters. Instead of grabbing a ripe banana on an empty stomach, try these adjustments. Choose green or slightly underripe bananas. They're higher in resistant starch, which digests more slowly and supports gut health without causing a sugar crash. Pair bananas with healthy fats and protein, like natural peanut butter, walnuts, or Greek yogurt. This pairing slows glucose absorption and helps maintain stable energy. Avoid banana-based processed snacks like banana bread or muffins, which deliver sugar without nutrition. Bottom line: after 60, your body becomes more sensitive to sugar, even natural sources. A ripe banana might seem like a healthy choice, but if you're already dealing with muscle loss, fatigue, or balance concerns, it's time to rethink how you snack. What do all these fruits have in common? High sugar, low fiber, and rapid digestion. This combination spikes insulin, weakens collagen, and accelerates inflammation and sarcopenia, the age-related loss of muscle. Science now confirms that nutrients like vitamin C, sulfur, flavonoids, and plant-based antioxidants are critical for collagen synthesis, nerve-muscle communication, and joint resilience. A comprehensive meta-analysis on plant-rich diets found that reducing high-sugar fruits and increasing anti-inflammatory vegetables can lower joint inflammation by up to 30% in seniors. The takeaway? Fruit isn't bad, but the type, timing, and pairing matter. Eat wisely, and your legs will stay strong for years. Because aging isn't the enemy. Your food choices are the real deciding factor between staying active or struggling to move. Choose power. Choose protection. Choose smarter fruit.